Two of the best school districts in the entire Houston area sit right next to each other in Southeast Houston. Families pay tens of thousands of dollars more to land in the right one, and plenty of them are picking the wrong one for their children. By the end of this, you're gonna know exactly which one fits your family, Clear Creek or Friendswood, and the mistake that lands families in districts they've never wanted. Because if schools are driving your move, you're choosing between two, Clear Creek ISD, which covers League City, Clear Lake, and Webster, and Friendswood ISD, which covers Friendswood. Both are A-rated districts. Both consistently rank in the top tier of the entire Houston metro, and both have families fighting to get a specific address inside their boundaries. But they are not the same. One of them edges higher on test scores, the other has more program choice and a lower school tax rate. Let's do the honest comparison between the two, and then I'll show you how families end up zoned to a district they never picked, even after they did the homework. Let me give you a quick overview on both before we get into the head-to-head. Clear Creek ISD, or CCISD, covers a big chunk of Southeast Houston: League City, Clear Lake, Webster, Kemah, El Lago, Nassau Bay, and parts of unincorporated Harris County. It's one of the larger districts in the region, more than 40 campuses and around 40,000 students. 3 of its high schools are A-rated. That size shows up in how your kid experiences school. Your kid in CCISD may play sports against the high school just down the road. Different campuses, different colors, different cheer section, but their classmates from middle school are now their rivals on Friday nights. There's a kind of multi-campus rivalry energy you only get in a big district like this. Friendswood ISD, or FISD, covers Friendswood and a small piece of the surrounding area. It's a much smaller district, 6 campuses total, around 6,000 students and just 1 high school. Every single campus in FISD carries an A rating. Not most of them, every single one of them. And in a district this size, your kids will know almost every other student in their grade by name within the first few months. By senior year, they'll have grown up alongside the same families from 2nd grade on. That kind of community shapes a completely different kind of high school experience than what you would get in a bigger district. And it's the thing that shapes almost every other comparison between these two districts. Let's start with the numbers every family looks at first, and that's test scores and rankings. On the Texas Education Agency's accountability rating, CCISD scores 88 out of 100. FISD scores 92. Both are strong numbers, both well above the state average, but 4 points apart in the state's official scorecard is a big gap. On niche.com, the independent ranking site most families use to compare districts, CCISD earns an A and FISD earns a A+. In the entire Houston metro, CCISD ranks 5th and FISD ranks 3rd. Statewide, CCISD ranks 29th out of about 900 Texas districts. FISD ranks 24th. And graduation rates, the number most families overlook, but it tells you the most about a district. CCISD comes in above 98%. FISD comes in at 98.9%. Both are excellent. FISD edges out higher across every metric, but the gap is small enough that on the score side, FISD's win is more about consistency than blowing the doors off. Hi, I'm Adam Sanders with the Walkstar Realty Group, and helping families figure out which of these two districts is the right fit is one of the most common conversations that I have every week. And real quick, before we keep going, I put together a free Southeast Houston relocation guide. It breaks down League City, Friendswood, Clear Lake, Webster, and Manville, side by side, schools, home prices, flood zones, new construction, all of it completely free. Just click the link below and it's yours. Here's where CCISD wins. Scale: 40,000 students, 5 high schools, more than 40 total campuses. That size translates into program choice. If your kids are into a specific sport, a specific arts program, a specific academic track, career and technical education, advanced STEM, international baccalaureate, dual credit college courses, fine arts, performing arts. CCISD almost certainly has it with depth and tradition behind it. Let me give you a specific example. Say your kid is into competitive robotics. CCISD has multiple robotics programs across the 5 high schools. Different teams, different specializations, different competition tracks your kid can pick from. In FISD, you have one high school's robotics team. If that program is thriving in your kid's specific area of interest, that's great. If it's not the right fit, that's the program available. 5 high schools also means your kid has options if a specific campus isn't the right fit. FISD has one high school. Now that one high school is excellent. Every campus in the district is A-rated. The community is tight. Friday night football in Friendswood is kind of community ritual. You don't find many other places, but there is a trade-off. If your kid wants a niche program that FISD's smaller size doesn't have the enrollment to support, you may end up looking elsewhere. Some families love the smaller, tighter, single-track environment where everyone knows everyone. Other families want the variety and the choice that comes with a bigger district. Neither one of these is wrong. It's a trade-off based on what your kid is into and how you want them to grow up. And honestly, that's the comparison between the two. But there's one thing that can quietly undo all of it, no matter which district you pick. And that one thing is this: in parts of League City, the school district can change from one street to the next. So you could end up buying a home that you were for sure sits in one district and find out your exact address is zoned to a different one. Because if you get this one wrong, it doesn't matter which district you researched, your kids might not end up in either of them. So stay with me. The other piece of the comparison that families don't always put into the math is the school tax rate. Both districts charge a school tax as part of your overall property tax bill, and they're not the same. FISD runs higher than CCISD. On a $500,000 home, the difference between the two school tax rates works out to a few $100s a month. And I know that's not life-changing, but it adds up over 10 years of ownership to a few $1,000s in tax savings on the CCISD side. Is it enough by itself to choose one district over the other? Probably not. But it's worth knowing about when you're running the actual math on what your monthly payment looks like in either city. Which brings me to the part I told you about at the start. Here's the part that costs families tens of thousands of dollars when they get it wrong. Not every address in League City is actually in Clear Creek ISD. Let me give you the cleanest example I know. Tuscan Lakes, one of the bigger master plan communities inside League City. Tuscan Lakes is split into 2 sections by League City Parkway. The section north of the parkway is zoned to Clear Creek ISD. The section south of the parkway is zoned to Dickinson ISD. Same subdivision name on the sign, same builder in some sections, 2 different school districts depending on which side of the road your house sits on. And that's just one example. There are pockets across the south and west sides of League City where the same kind of split shows up. And look, I'm not here to bash Dickinson. It's not a failing district, but it sits consistently below Clear Creek on every standard measured test, scores, graduation outcomes, state rankings, and the depth of program options your kids will have access to. The kid that's placed in Dickinson High School walks into a different ecosystem than the kid placed at Clear Creek High School 3 miles away. Fewer program options, smaller menu of academic tracks, different college placement outcomes. It's not a catastrophe, but it's a different track for your kid's high school career. And for 2 homes that look identical on Zillow, same square footage, same price point, same Tuscan Lake address on paper, the difference is resale value between the CCISD section and the Dickinson ISD section can be tens of thousands of dollars when you go to sell. I've watched families fall in love with a specific home on Zillow, write an offer, and only later find out the kids would be assigned to a different district than they assumed. That is an expensive lesson. So before any client of mine walks into a property in League City, I pull the zoning for that exact address. not the neighborhood, the specific address. And I confirm what district that property is in, what specific schools it's assigned to, and whether any boundary changes have been proposed that would affect that assignment in the next few years. It's a 30-second step that saves families from one of the most expensive mistakes you can make in this market. So here's the honest answer on which district to pick. It's not which one is objectively better, it's which one fits your family. Friendswood ISD is the right call if you want the highest rated single district in Southeast Houston. Every campus is A+ rated every year. A smaller, tighter community where everyone knows everyone. One high school, no internal competition between sister campuses. And picture this, your kid walks into freshman year and recognizes half the cafeteria on day one. By graduation, they'll have grown up alongside the same families through every school transition, elementary, middle, and high school. That kind of community is hard to find in a metro this size. If that's the kind of experience you want for your kids, FISD is the right call, and you're comfortable paying a slightly higher school tax rate and the higher Friendswood home prices to get all of that. Clear Creek ISD is the right call if you want more program choices, 5 high schools, deep CTE and STEM tracks, deep fine arts and athletic options, more flexibility if a specific campus isn't working out for your kid, a larger district with more diversity in student body, programs, and offerings. Picture this version. Your kid gets the chance to find their tribe in a much bigger ecosystem. 5 high schools means 5 different specialized cultures. The kid who wants to dive deep into engineering will find a campus that supports it. The kid who wants to focus on the arts will find a different one. And the kid who switches interests sophomore year has options instead of just one path. Both are excellent districts. Both will give your kids strong public school education by any objective standard. The question is which environment you want them growing up in. Here's where I land on this comparison, and you can't go wrong with either of these 2 districts. Both consistently produce some of the best public school outcomes in the entire Houston metro. But you can go wrong by assuming you're in one district when your specific address is actually in another. Verify zoning on every single address before you fall in love with a house. If you'd like help walking through which district fits your family and which specific addresses are actually zoned to it, I do free 30-minute consultations, no pressure, no pitch, just honest answers to your specific questions. You can call and text me anytime. My number is down in the description, and there's also a link to book it. And I just did a complete breakdown of everything coming to Southeast Houston this year, from the new IKEA and the spaceport expansion to the highway that's about to change the whole map. If you want to watch that video, just tap or click right here. And if you never want to miss another one, just tap or click right here. Thanks for watching.